Hi, and welcome to Success Gym, where we work on practical skills to make you more successful and give you a happier life. Today, we're going to speak about an incredible tool to put in your success box. When you want to achieve something, the limit on your ability is not your skill, it's usually your beliefs. You see, you have two things. You have your skill level, and then you have your belief in your skill level. If your skill level is up here, but your belief in your skills are down here, there's a ceiling about how much you can actually accomplish. That ceiling is your limited belief in how much you can do. If your problem is that your skills are up here, but your beliefs in your skills are down here, the solution is not to work on your skills because your skills are already high. It's to work on changing your belief to match your skill level. This is an incredible detail in the success toolbox. If you want to be successful, make sure that your skills are not way above where you believe you can do. Bring up your belief to the level of your skills. Now, how do you do that? It's very simple. Your beliefs are in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind develops beliefs that are not necessarily rational or accurate. Let's say I have parents that are not so careful with taking care of their kid. And their kid falls on the floor a bunch of different times. He falls from the counter, he falls off the couch, he falls onto the floor. Now these parents, they love the color green. So the floor in their kitchen is green and the floor in their living room is green. And every time this kid falls, all of a sudden he sees green coming at him in a really intense way. So he links pain to green. He thinks the green is causing him the pain. It's not the green, it's the floor. That's what's causing him pain. This kid develops a subconscious belief that green is painful, that green is harmful. This kid won't want to sit on the grass in the backyard. So there are things he can do to change his subconscious mind. One of those things is take the things that are super safe and beautiful to him and picture in his mind that they're green. Picture his grandmother who totally loves him, suddenly with a green face. Picture his favorite blankie that he used to carry around when he was a little kid, or his teddy bear. Suddenly it's all green. He's going to eventually learn in his subconscious mind to associate green to good and to happiness and to security and to love. That's a psychological thing, but I want to be more practical for everyday life. The reason why you believe you can't do something is because you have references. You have certain things that have happened to you in your life that make you think you can't do something. It's a lot like a tabletop. That's your belief. I believe, I really can't do this. I believe I'm going to miss that shot in basketball because a bunch of times I did miss the shot in basketball. If you have a lot of these references, it holds up your tabletop and it's a very strong belief. But if you want to change that belief, you have to knock out those legs and replace them with something else that's much more accurate, that's much more enabling. Now, since those beliefs are in your subconscious mind, I want to tell you an incredible idea. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between fantasy and reality. That's why when you have a dream, you wake up from your dream, you know it's not true, there's no monster in the room, no one's trying to eat your head, but you wake up and you know it's not true, but you still feel the emotions because your subconscious mind thinks that it's real. The great thing about this is your subconscious mind can't tell if you're actually practicing or you're just practicing in your mind, you're just picturing practicing. So if you picture practicing in a perfect way, then you'll develop a belief that you can actually do something very well. You're going to bring your belief up to your skills. Here's an example. They had a basketball team where a bunch of guys were having a hard time making their shot. These guys were in the NBA. They know how to shoot basketballs. They're very, very good. What they did was they took these guys and they split them into three groups. One group just worked on their shot again and again for 2 weeks. Another group didn't touch the basketball. A third group pictured in their mind every single day making the perfect shot again and again and again. They did nothing at all to touch the basketball. After 2 weeks, the third group was the most successful. They went in and swish, one after the other. They hit the shot, they hit the shot, they hit the shot. What changed? Their skills were already up here, but their belief in their ability was down here. They worked on their subconscious mind by picturing more and more and more success. They gave their subconscious mind references, legs underneath the table that made them believe that, I know how to shoot this basketball. I've done it so many times. All they did is they did it in their mind. They didn't actually do it in reality, but their subconscious mind can't tell the difference. So they started to believe that they could hit this shot again and again. When they finally got to that moment, their beliefs and their ability matched their skills and they just hit that shot again and again. That's how you do it. Now, by the way, when we say belief in your ability, we're not talking about intellectual belief. We're talking about where you live. We're talking about your emotions. How do you feel? Do I feel like I can do this? Do I feel like I'm going to be successful? Or do I feel like I'm really not going to be able to do this? I won't be successful at all. I really feel like I can't do this at all. So in short, you cannot achieve beyond what you believe. If your ability is up here, but your belief in your ability is down here, you won't be able to do it. Now, some people ask, well, wait a second. Sometimes, I don't want to be delusional. Sometimes I have this belief up here and my skills are down here. Like, let's say I believe that I can fly. I can't fly. My skills are down here. I can't fly without some kind of extra help on the outside. So let's say I believe I can fly. It's never going to happen, right? So listen to this. Of course, course, I don't want to be delusional, but it's sometimes even appropriate to have your belief way above your actual skill level. When is that? Let's say you have a medical student. He wants to become a brain surgeon. First year of going to school, his skill level is down here and his belief is up here. He said, one day I'm going to do brain surgery. I'm going to do heart surgery. But right now I know nothing. If he would open up someone's heart or someone's brain, he would kill them for sure. But he believes if as long as I'm a good student and I work hard on medical school, I go through the training properly, then I'll be successful. His belief is up here and his skills are up here. That's totally fine. But most of us don't have that problem. Most of us have worked on our skills. We get the training, we practiced again and again, and our skills are up here, but our belief is down here. So you cannot achieve beyond what you believe. If you want to be successful, tell yourself, I can do this. Picture yourself being successful. See it as much as you can in your mind's eye. There's an old phrase that a wise man, his eyes are in his head. He can see things before other people see them. That also applies to yourself. If you want to be successful, learn how to see your future success as if it already happened. And picture, yes, I'm successful. Now, several years ago, there's a guy named Felix Baumgartner. He went in this giant weather balloon up to the edge of the stratosphere. You've probably heard about it. And he jumped. He had a spacesuit on, and he jumped from the highest point anyone's ever jumped from. He had a parachute. The air was so thin, he needed to have a spacesuit in order to breathe. So he gets out of this thing, and he's jumping from a super high level. He was so high, you could see from his vantage point the curvature of the Earth. Now, that is really, really high. The problem is like this. Even though he has a parachute and he knows how to do this, he's up there so high that there's so little air, and he's in a spacesuit that when he's moving around and falling, he can't feel the air. Now, if you can't feel the air and you're falling down, the body spins again and again and again. If it spins too long and you can't stop the spin, eventually there's too much pressure on the brain and the person dies. So he was in serious trouble. He knew that he could die from this thing. He goes up and up and up. As the time comes, he undoes his safety belt, he opens up the door, and he just jumps off with no hesitation. Now, he survives. He gets down, he was spinning and spinning and spinning, and he almost died. He said he wanted to let go. The pressure was so much on his brain, he wanted to pass out and let go, but he said, I can't do it, I can't do it. Eventually, he was able to feel the air enough that he stopped the spin, and he survived, and he made it just fine. Now, the next day, they interviewed him. The next several weeks, he was interviewed, and people said, how are you able to get up there and jump off without any hesitation at all? You know, you could have died, and you almost did die. So he said, look, it's very simple. He said, I did this thousands of times before. And they said, what? Thousands of times? How come we didn't hear about it? How come you didn't record it? How come this is the first time you're hearing about it now? And he said, no, I didn't do it thousands of times. In reality, I pictured in my mind that I'm actually going through the entire process, and I'm doing it perfect. So when the time came to actually do this, he had no problem whatsoever. He just pictured in his mind that he was able to do it. His skills were up here, and his belief in his ability was also up. So when the time came, he just did it with no hesitation. That's exactly what we need to do. We need to work on ourselves to the point where we keep picturing, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and then you'll be successful. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope this helped you. I'd love to hear some feedback. If you think this is helpful to you, please make a comment down below so I can get some feedback. Otherwise, I don't even know if it's really helpful. I'd love to hear that. If you have any comments or criticism or constructive criticism, I'd love to hear. Lots of success to you. So live life to the fullest.